Wow, 2024. What a year. I think it was mostly pretty good, minus one thing with one caveat.
Leave me alone! I will vote for Donald Trump.
Yeah, that was rough. Let's not dwell on that, okay? I want to talk about games of 2025 that I'm excited for, as well as a few other non-game things. Where are my rats? Here are rat children. Rat children have 3 out of 4 right here, but you gotta say hi. Hi, I'm the rat shepherd. We're gonna talk about the new year. So yeah, 2025, I think there's reason to be excited for good reasons. I am so excited, in particular, for Kingdom Come Deliverance. That's like on my mind right now the most. I literally just finished beating the game the first time fully through last night. Very exciting. It is a very charming game. It's a very rough around the edges game, and I'm excited to see how and if they polish those edges while still leaving its charm. All the trailers look great for it. I love Capon. I love Henry. This is just a game I want more of, and I feel I feel bad for the people who played the game back in 2018 in its worst state. I played Kingdom Come Deliverance for the first time earlier this summer. I put 60 hours in at the time, then put God knows how many hours in recently to finish it. And now for me, it kind of ends in not really a cliffhanger, but no spoilers or anything. But there's some loose ends, to say the least. And I saw like one video review from like 6 years ago, being like, "Oh, the ending's disappointing." Whereas for me, I'm like, I just beat the game, and I'm not disappointed at all because I just have to wait another month to play it. So that's cool. Monster Hunter Wilds. I did the beta thing for a couple of days. Although it was really overwhelming. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't really have time to like watch guides or anything. I just kind of dipped my toes in a bit, and I probably won't have time to play it like day one. I do know some people who are crazy fanatics over those games, but super excited to play Monster Hunter as well and get into that lore. What else is happening? Avowed, yeah. I did not like Obsidian's last game really at all. I guess it was like definitionally a C, but I don't like C games. I don't like mediocre games, as evidenced by my Veilguard review, where every time I said a positive thing about it, I had to clarify it with a negative, and kind of vice versa a little bit. But Avowed looks cool. It's a pistol wielding, sword swashbuckling kind of RPG with hopefully rich character choices and role playing things to do with. I want to role play. That's just why I play these games. I love making decisions and sort of being in the head of a character that's either completely different from my own or an exaggerated version of myself. It looks cool. I'm optimistic. With all these games I'm listening out, I'd rather be optimistically wrong than nihilistically right, because at the heart of it, I guess I am. I don't want to say I'm optimistic, but look, one doesn't know the truth until it happens. So look, I just like it when good things happen. I want games to be good. I want artists to succeed. But Avowed is also in the same month as Kingdom Come Deliverance, so same thing with Monster Hunter Wilds. So February is going to be jam-packed with that. What else? Okay, kind of a game, but not like really. Last of Us Season 2, Part 2. Last of Us Part 2 Season 1 out of 2, because I think there's going to be a multiple. However you want to fucking phrase it. So the adaptation of The Last of Us was really good. I liked it a lot. I am the kind of person, the kind of Last of Us fan who, if it was even just a little bit sour, if some elements were just a bit off, I think I would have just been turned off entirely, because I'm a harsh critic like that. Probably a fault of mine. Season 1 came out last year, nailed it, got to show it to my girlfriend who's only seen me play through the games a little bit. Wasn't sure about how the actors would portray Joel and Ellie, and man, Pedro, and I'm blanking on the actress's name, person who plays Ellie, nailed out the park. Some people critique that she doesn't quite look like Ellie, but it's the vibes that are most important, like the character. We watch these characters, we like Joel and Ellie because of like their interaction, about how like swarmy and kind of like naive and optimistic and just funny Ellie is, mixed with Joel just being a curmudgeonly old man, old being like 50, but God knows that's old when it comes to Fungus Apocalypse. So very excited about that. I will be doing an entire playthrough of Part 2 and making a long ass review. I've been wanting to do a review on The Last of Us Part 2 forever. I want to make it done by the time season 2, at least before it ends, at least trying to get in that window. I think it's going to be debuting sometime in like late spring. It seems like you are in my cardigan. And yeah, and I live in Seattle, and another big thing with part 2 that really was good, but was a thing that if it wasn't good, I'd really not like it, is that so for those who don't know, part 2 is largely set in Seattle, where I live. I'm not from here, I'm from the deep south. Have more in common with Joel in that way from being a Gulf Coast Southerner, but they nail the vibe of Seattle really well. Seattle makes such a good post-apocalyptic like zombie settings. It's always rainy and damp here. Things get overgrown very quickly. So in part of my review, I'm definitely going to be trying to find the spots that they took real life inspiration from, like the Paramount Theater where you stay at as a base, right? I saw Andrew Bird at the Paramount, and yeah, the building there, it's basically the same building. It's pretty cool. So very excited about that. Very curious on how they will deal with, no spoilers, but the inciting incident of part 2. It is quite inciting. Incited a lot of discourse. I liked it. I think it was a logical conclusion, or it was a logical start and conclusion. I'm trying to beat around the bushes with what happens. Look, it's an exciting adventure that gets the characters to Seattle, and oh my god, 5 years ago almost when the game came out, caused an uproar. I'm very curious if and what they change. I have to change some things because it's an adaptation, but yeah. All right. What else? Fucking Elden Ring Night Rain. Oh my god, saw this trailer at the Game Awards, and sometimes you don't know what you want until you see it. Never thought I'd want I want FromSoft to make a like co-op, a 3-person co-op boss rush kind of game. It's not a boss rush. Look, watch the trailer. I'm putting up trailers of the games I'm talking about. It's a unique thing, pulling from a variety of different things. A little bit of Fortnite. I guess I haven't played Fortnite, but like the arena that you're in does shrink, and I don't know. It's really cool. In my Shadow of the Erdtree review, I called it like, I don't know, Shadow of the Erdtree, the logical conclusion of the Dark Souls formula. And what I meant by that was like, it was good, it was masterful, it was great art, but with the format that they're currently working in, just with the way combat works and just the setup, you can only make bosses so hard, you can only make them so fast and punishing. And to me, I felt like this is great, but they can't do Elden Ring 2 like this just as it is, right? They have to change it up because we've seen kind of like everything almost, I think, within this sort of genre of what they're working in. They'd have to do like a Bloodborne 2 or another Sekiro or something. So Night Rain, that like addresses it. This is something completely off the wall different, while still, of course, being Elden Ring. Though I was bummed out that we have not gotten any Armored Core DLC or even an announcement. I loved Armored Core so much. It's still one of my favorite games, and the first game that I properly reviewed. But moving on, what else do I got on my list? Okay. Another game I'm excited for is Ghost of Yotei. I have never played Ghost of Tsushima, probably will never will. All right, here's a confession, okay? Y'all can drag me in the comments. I have seen so many reviews of Ghost of Tsushima, and I hate it without ever having played it. I don't. You ever see a game where like I don't like that game, but you haven't like played it, so I can't actually say if it's good or bad. To me, it just looks like a better version of Assassin's Creed. Open world, lots of stuff to do. Everything I've seen from the plot is just fine. But regardless of those reservations, right, I'm optimistic for Ghost of Yotei. It looks really cool. Earlier in 2024, I watched Blue-Eyed Samurai, which was so good. I haven't really been reviewing TV shows because that's already a lot to do with the video games I've been reviewing and talking about, but Blue-Eyed Samurai was so good, and it's sort of like the same era, I think, like 1600s Japan. You don't have blue eyes, but you are playing as a badass woman. I think that the actor, I don't know what term. I think they're non-binary, but maybe they. That's something I should like look up and maybe like add in text in like this little rant. Regardless, I want to be proven wrong. I want to go in with being like, oh, Ghost of Tsushima didn't really entice me, but this will. Next on the list, Fable. God, these Fable games fucking suck. I grew up with them as a kid. I think from what I remember, 1 and 2 are okay. Third kind of like dropped the ball a bit. They're charming in their own ways for sure. But once again, I don't know. It'll probably be bad. Microsoft has been fucking up basically everything. Fucked up Starfield. I guess the Indiana Jones game was reviewed highly, but regardless, Fable. Okay, a little wacky, little British Monty Python-esque sort of like humor. You know, people have been getting now that earlier while gathering footage, I like was watching the trailers of these games I was going to be talking about. People have been talking about how the main protagonist of the Fable is ugly, and this is going to be like part of another video. I don't want this is like an optimistic, like good things are good video, or at least I'm optimistic for good things to happen. I don't want to make this into a culture war video, but like just looks like a girl without makeup. I don't know, like not like supermodel hot. I don't know what people want. And also, like, let's be real, Fable has always had like frankly like ugly or janky characters. They're going for I think a more realistic art style this time, so maybe not like as janky, but you know, like it's a confluence of things, right? You have one like frankly, you know, you have the British debuff when it comes to the looks department. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm trying to phrase this as nicely as I can. I don't actually mean it. It's just fun to poke at British people. I'm sure y'all are fine. I just don't respect the king thing. I just don't respect monarchies. I kind of look down on y'all for accepting that, but it's fine. I won't make any buck teeth jokes because my teeth aren't that good either. But I don't know. Excited for a Fable 4. I'm curious. One, if it will even release in 2025, but what they'll do, we don't know much about it. But from what I remember of the old games, it made me laugh a lot. It was very silly. Fingers crossed. Look at her. Look at her. Last on the list, last video game on the list. Gotta talk about it. Grand Theft Auto 6. Okay, they've been working on this game probably before 2018 since Red Dead 2 came out, right? Rockstar is an interesting game company. It's like, what if you hand over a company that has like more money than like some small countries, right? The entire GPD of some like island nation, right? And give them like a decade to do something. I think that's kind of cool. The last Grand Theft Auto, I think, has aged very badly. It had a very meandering plot, and there are definitely aspects that are good. But what I'm most excited for is it being set in Florida. I'm not a Florida boy. I'm a Louisiana man, I guess. I don't know what the term is. But look, we're Gulf Coast brethren. That's why I talked about Joel being like from Texas. Like Gulf Coast brethren, we're in the swamp, we're in the trash together. And I do have family in Florida. If you haven't been to Florida, it sucks. The roads are nice compared to Louisiana, at least. I'm curious what direction the writing will go. Red Dead 2 was very serious and has not aged badly at all, has aged very well. Like, there's just so many great elements to the story of the game. What I'm curious about is, will Grand Theft Auto 6 still be like a movie? That's a bad way to say it. So my big problem with Red Dead 2, and to an extent the other games that they've made, is like you get all this freedom to do whatever. And then when you're in a story mission, God forbid you take like 3 steps off the path and then it's like an instant fail. They grab your hand so hard during the actual story mission. So I wonder if there's going to be some more flexibility with that, or if they're just going to do more of the same, but just bigger, larger, now, you know, with large crowds in Florida. So, and I think that's all the games I know of that are exciting to me. If you have any games that I should know of, like, let me know. There's also going to be other games that I'll be playing for sure that I just haven't played. I only recently got into PC gaming a year ago when I first got access to a gaming computer, then eventually bought my own. There's just so much other shit I haven't like played yet, or only like dipped my toes. So when I think back on 2024, like what? There weren't that many brand new games that I absolutely loved. Loved Stalker. Stalker 2 blew my mind. So like that is those feelings that it gave me are so strong of just like, wow, haven't like explored a place this thoroughly, this excitedly since exploring like Night City in 2020, right? Or, you know, earlier this year playing Kingdom Come Deliverance for the first time. I love Bohemia, love how mundane and boring It is. But all right, last one. This is bonus because this breaks the rules. This is neither a game nor did it come out in 2025 or will it come out. But I have the book cover here. Here, let me put it up. I take the book covers off because they're annoying. But yes, Wind in Truth by Brandon Sanderson came out early in December. I've been reading Malazan, which is a big fat fantasy series that's also 10 books long. Wind in Truth is book 5 out of 10, and I'm very excited. Brandon Sanderson's great, and I'll definitely be making a review on that and talking about the book. So that's going to be exciting. Gonna branch out from video games a little bit. And what else? I think that's it. I guess I could talk about like 2024. The rats are getting bored. They're in the room. I have the door closed for sound quality. Where here, rats, come here, say goodbye. Say goodbye to the camera. Where are you? Yasna. I'm such a fan of Stormlight Archive that I have multiple rats named after Stormlight character names. So this is Yasna, named after the heretic queen. And then, over here. And this is my fat old girl, Shalon. And I think that's about it. I'm just rambling now. Anyway, I'm the Rat Shepherd. Thanks for watching me talk about video games that have not come out yet, but hopefully all of these will come out in 2025. Some of them certainly will, certainly the ones in February. And yeah, I guess I'll see you around. Thanks so much. Bye. Oh, she took took a tumble on my lap. Oh, Shalon. Okay. Bye.